Hello, hello, hello.
OMG, it's about time.
It's about damn time.
Oh, yeah. Hi, friends. welcome back.
Welcome to Where Are We Growing?
The Planty Podcast with Nicole and Brandon.
Where we talk about whatever we want. Because it's our podcast, not yours.
We haven't sat down in a hot minute because Brandon has been away.
An international
You're an international traveler. Oh my gosh.
First time overseas.
Tell everyone where you went if they didn't follow you on Instagram and see all the fun stuff. Make sure you guys are following Brandon on Instagram at Brandon Botanical.
If you didn't see on my Instagram, I went to Paris. Paris, France.
Paris, France. Not Paris, Texas.
I mean, I kind of want to go there too. Just kidding. I don't.
No, we're not going to Texas. Sorry, Texas. We're not going there anytime soon. Oh my gosh, look at Cease on the floor right now.
Look at her begging. Oh my God. Jesus.
We trap her in here with us sometimes. We're still doing bed podcasts because we don't know how else to do it anymore.
Well, we just hate sitting in chairs, I think is the issue.
Yeah. We probably need like some bouncy chairs. You know what I mean? Like the rollerball chairs.
I think I'd rather die with that.
What? That's like stimulating. It's perfect.
I'd fall over.
Well, do you want to tell anyone like about your planty adventures in Paris at all?
Okay. I got to complain for a little bit.
Okay. Complain.
Okay. I used to really like tennis. Fuck the French Open.
Okay. That's not planty.
It is.
Okay.
You wouldn't expect it to be, but it is.
All right.
So the French Open was going on. Did you know the French Open is almost 2 months long?
I'm not even sure what the French Open is.
It's like Wimbledon, but in France, kind of.
Yeah, that checks out.
So the stadium that it's in just happens to be in the Central Park of Paris. So like the biggest park in Paris is where this thing is. Do you know what also is in the biggest park in Paris?
What is in the biggest park in Paris?
Jardin des Serres. I probably messed that up, but it was the greenhouses that Rose recommended I go to.
Okay.
And guess what? They were closed because the bleachers are on top of them.
That's very rude.
Mm-hmm.
I would be big disappointed. You're like all the way here, and this is the one thing I wanted to do that was planty.
Well, we went to the Jardin des Plantes, and it was pretty good. Like, I would say it was cool that you could, like, walk up it, but it was small. I thought it was going to be bigger. And then, like, the gardens were huge and big and cool, but, like, the actual greenhouse was kind of small. And then the third part of the greenhouse was also closed. And then I went to the Luxembourg Gardens, and they have, like, small greenhouses, like, you know, like at a nursery would have, but you can, like, still, like, go see the orchids. Closed. Everything was closed.
Perfect.
Nightmare.
I guess Paris isn't really the plant capital of the world. So.
Well, it is, but not for tropical plant. There's plants literally everywhere. They try to put plants in every corner, every nook, every cranny.
Very,
there's just
like,
plants. But they're like probably native plants.
Nice. Well, while Brandon was gone, I was in charge of taking care of his plant babies.
How did that go overall? I never really.
I mean, I
saw your updates, but
I didn't really have to water much of anything. I mean, I watered a couple things like in all this situation, but most of your plants are kind of in bigger pots that don't dry out in a week all the time. So, but every time I showed up, I did have to clean Brandon's fish tank, so that was a trip. I definitely got fish poop in my mouth. But every time I showed up, you may have seen on my TikTok, Brandon's plant lights were off at every time of day. And I was like, I'm a little bit worried that these were in the dark the entire time we were gone.
The fish tank is on because the plug-in for the fish light won't work. And I don't know if it's like the plugs or our internet or what. It's just, and why are these lights off? They don't turn off until 10.
Yeah, it's a little goofy. What's going on?
I don't know.
I mean, just so you know, my lights are working perfectly around the clock. So
I think it's an internet issue. Xfinity, if you're listening to this, I hate you.
Well,
Cease.
Oh my gosh, she came back in. I discreetly let her out, and here she is again. Well, we have a very special guest today. We should probably get to. Brandon, tell everyone who we are talking to.
So technically this is Nicole's podcast this episode, and I'm a half guest, I guess.
Oh yeah, you're kind of you're a guest because I'll be interviewing y'all, but tell everyone who we're talking to today.
Today we're talking to me, Brandon Bennett, owner of Monstera Plant Co, and also my co-owner, Samantha. Paige Fisher.
Hi, Sam.
Hi, everyone.
She's just been sitting here listening to us
What's up?
talk crap. So, but I'm really excited to have you here, Sam. It's a long time coming. We were supposed to do a 1-year Monstera Plant Co. podcast thing, and Sam just found this out today that we were trying to do this, and
She thought we were just recording an ad.
yeah, she was. Yeah, I was like, no, you're
Joke's
gonna be
on me.
on it. I was. Well, I guess Brandon often relies on you reading his brain, reading his mind, and that doesn't always work.
I'll just show up and he's like, this is what we're doing. And I say, okay,
Alrighty.
sounds good. Or it's already done. And he's like, this is what's been done. And I'm like, okay.
Oh yeah. So tell us how y'all met. I mean, you guys can both tell the story, but both of you, how did y'all meet?
Do you remember the actual meeting? Because I don't know if I do.
I just remember Cassie Ray. So if you're listening to this, Cassie Ray, hi. She was like, you need to meet this really cute boy that I work with at the Village Pub in Winneconne, Wisconsin.
And how many years ago was this?
12?
12. Yeah, probably.
Was I 18 or was I 17?
You were bartending. Does that matter?
Oh, then yeah, I was 18.
18.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And then you went and checked out this cute guy.
I went and checked out this cute guy, and we started talking, and Brandon purchased me a hot pink leather Coach wristlet.
Okay, we had been dating for like
we
a
started
couple months at
dating.
that point.
And
a lot of people listening to this are like, what? We'll get there.
And so yeah, we've been dating. We kind of taught each other how to make out in the Village Pub parking lot, so that was fun. And then he came home with this hot pink wristlet, and I was like,
It was Coach.
It was
From
Coach.
the Coach, not the outlet. It was from Chicago.
And all of a sudden, some gaydar went off a little bit, and I was like, oh, no. I think we need to have a conversation.
She figured out me way before she figured out herself.
So then I had to tell Brandon. I was like, Brandon, I think you're gay. And he was really mad at me, and all of his friends wanted to beat me up.
I didn't know that part.
Yeah, it was all the drama. And then he left for college and came back a year later, and I asked him to meet me for coffee, and I was like, I have to tell you something. And he's like, yeah. And I was like, I'm gay too.
No, you called me. I will never forget.
I don't remember this.
I was in the dorms, and I was in Tower South, and you called me, and then we did get coffee when I came back home. But it was still my freshman year, because it was after I first started dating Jesse.
Oh, all the details blur together for me.
Is Jesse a girl or guy?
My first boyfriend.
First boyfriend.
And I was like, I knew it.
Because I didn't I never came out. I had a boyfriend on Facebook. That's how I came out to the masses.
You're like, relationship status, gay. Oh, great.
But yeah, and then he came home for coffee, and I had a girlfriend, he had a boyfriend, and we've been gay ever since.
Amazing. Now the two gay best friends.
And now we're the best of friends.
I love that very
Hi,
much.
gays.
Just before we get into the whole Monstera Plant Co stuff, a couple more things for Sam. What is your favorite plant that you currently own? Who gives you the most joy?
Oh boy, probably my purple night alocasia, just because the new leaf it put out, I just so sexy. I just keep staring at it, and I'm like, stop looking at me like that.
We love an alocasia that actually grows.
Oh my god, yeah,
Those are the
she
best.
is doing a beaut.
Amazing. I love that you're going for alocasias. You're really not scared to try a hard to care for plant.
I like alocasias.
You've got
I
all
feel
the
like they're
begonias. You've got a bunch of other things you've got a bunch of tridescantias, which aren't necessarily hard to care for, but they're hard to keep happy for a really, really long time.
Oh, mine was doing so well until I dropped it. And I was like, well,
Amen.
while it lasted.
Amazing. So tell us about a plant that broke your heart, because we bitch about plants all the time. That's kind of our MO.
Oh.
So, I mean, you have 3 cats, just so the listeners know. You have 3 cats in your little studio apartment, so I'm sure that has to cause a lot of problems, but are there any plants that are on your shit list that are long gone?
Oh, the I'm gonna butcher it. The cissus color. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I've tried it 4 times. We talked about it earlier, and I'm like, you're a nightmare. Why won't you love me? I love you so much. Just let me love you. And every time it's just no.
Someday, maybe if Brandon convinces all of us to move down to Florida.
It's not going to happen.
Yeah, say I've already put out feelers for that, Samantha. That's a hard no.
Hard no.
Oh my goodness. And
Didn't we just like clarify that we're both gay?
Mm-hmm.
Why would we move to Florida?
Yeah, it's pretty anti all that stuff.
Yeah.
All that.
Sorry, everyone in Florida.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure there's great people in Florida. Shout out to the plant peeps. And I'm sure the tropical weather's nice, but the homophobes and the bug situation scares me a little bit.
Alligators? It's going to be a no for me.
Yeah. No, thank you.
Cease.
The second the door's shut, Cece just wants to leave. That's how she is all the time.
Okay, I also have another heartbreak plant for you. The Adansonii.
R.I.P.
Mm-hmm.
I forgot. I kind of just like removed that from my memory because I was so devastated.
No, that. So if you follow me on Instagram, you saw yesterday that I reposted a video about not breaking up the roots, and I've killed multiple heirloom plants because I broke up the roots, and that was one of them.
I had a giant one, and we decided to remove it from a wood chunk and put it on
That it had obviously been in for years and years.
And we're like, let's put it on a moss pole. It's going to be so happy. And it just slowly was dying. And I'm like, I don't know, Brandon. And he's like, no, it's fine.
Like, have faith.
Just
I
wait.
think I remember that because I think you would send me updates and be like, Brandon said it's fine, but I don't think it's fine.
It's not fine. It was like dropping leaves like faster and faster.
He's like, it's just acclimating. It's fine.
And I was like, I think we're past
That
that point.
And then it got to a point where I had to be like, I don't think this is going to make
That's
it.
what Brandon did to my phone. you do this a lot, Brandon. But you know what's funny? Brandon, he kind of likes to bitch a lot. But in these moments, he's like so positive. He's like, oh my God, no, it's going to be great. No, it'll be fine. Where does that come from?
I don't know. I do well under pressure, I suppose.
I think it's other people's. Like, you can pump other people up, but yourself, you're like, no. This is
Everything's on fire.
Like,
I'm done.
By 9:30 a.m., you're like, I'm a lost cause. This day sucks.
I hate it.
Oh my gosh. And then Sam, for wish list plants, are there any that you're like dying to have?
Right now, I really want a red spot tricolor syngonium.
Oh, yes.
Ooh.
We should get some fun syngoniums.
So pretty.
I got Sam hooked on the syngoniums.
I can't stop.
They're beautiful.
And they're so easy.
Do you have an Oreo?
No.
Well, let's pull one out of that pot tonight for you.
Yeah. Brandon's got the aria. Except mine are just putting out green leaves.
Really
Mine are too.
I know you like to come over and just like cut my plants whenever you feel like it. And while you were in France, it was hard to not come over and just like
How
chop,
would you have
chop,
gotten
chop,
in the
chop.
house?
You'd be surprised.
I mean, I had your
Wait, do
key.
you have a key? You do have a key, don't you?
I'm also very good at breaking it.
Yeah,
Probably wouldn't be hard. It took me one try to get into your Instagram account. Brandon isn't really Mr. Secure.
I logged into
Don't tell people that. As I'm like, my windows are unlocked. Come into my house.
I logged into his Amazon last night, and he was like, I thought I was getting hacked.
Oh my God. Anything else besides the syngonium?
I also don't have any like ties or elbows like monsteras. And
Brandon's got several.
yeah,
right?
I know. I'm fully aware. And
Take one of the ones we just planted. I don't know.
seriously,
No, you should probably take your moment. He said it, and he came.
By the time I'm done with this martini, you can have every plant I own.
Yeah.
seriously, every time we do a giveaway, he's like, yeah, we can give away like another Monstera. And I'm like, wouldn't it be nice if you gave one more? But I'll just let it happen.
Oh my gosh. Okay, getting into Monstera Plant Co. What made you guys want to start a plant shop together? Tell us about that.
I think this is also one for Sam. I'm just going to sit here and just react to this podcast.
So this is what happened. I was in Boston and I was drunk at brunch and I texted Brandon and I said, do you know what'd be a really good idea? Let's start a plant business. And then I never let it go. And then here we are.
You just never let it go.
I never let it go.
love it.
He bought his Monstera and that was it. I was like,
that was literally like the exact same time frame.
yeah. And I was like, this is what we're going to do. And he was still living in Milwaukee and I was here. And I said, the only way this is going to work is if you move to Minneapolis. And a couple months later, he was here.
Nice. We love to see it. I'm very
Absolutely.
excited. I'm glad you guys are both here. You guys are the best.
You're the best.
I'm very blessed. Talk about like for Monstera Plant Co., what are Brandon's duties versus Sam's duties? What are you guys doing? Because you kind of do a little bit of both sometimes, but what's the operations like?
I would say Brandon is hard technology because that just like doesn't click in my brain. I'm like, I don't get it. Like,
you didn't
I
get
can't
logged into the Shopify correctly until like last week.
exactly. And
Wait, what?
And
when she finally saw like the money.
Oh yeah.
yeah, I kept panicking that we had no money, and I'm like, I don't understand. Why does it always say 0? And then Brandon's like, oh, it's because you're not logged into the admin account. I'm like, there's an admin account? Why do I have my own account with less capabilities?
Yeah, you're like, come
It's
on,
because we have to
Brandon.
pay more a month for you to have access to be an admin.
Well, you guys should just use the
Year
same
later.
account. Why do you need 2 separate accounts? Just use the same login, right?
Well, that's what I thought she was doing.
That's what he just assumed, kind of like the Bluetooth speaker,
Oh,
where
yeah.
he was like,
We love-
connect it to Bluetooth, and you're like, we are connecting it to Bluetooth.
Oh my god.
But yeah, Brandon's more admin, technical.
I think
that
Sam
kind
does
of
a lot of
stuff.
social stuff, like reaching out to people.
I do a lot of
sometimes.
reaching out,
Booking
which is
things.
crazy because I'm so anxious and
Well, I
like,
guess behind the screen, maybe it's a little different.
It is a
You don't
little
have to
different.
talk
Well, I
to
feel like
people.
you really thrive in a work setting, and I feel like you take that on as a work task.
yeah,
know?
definitely. But plants we kind of just like blend together.
Mhm.
We all kind of take cut-ins,
Mhm.
bring them together in our little spaces that we have.
So, majority of the Monstera Plant Co. plants are where?
Well, I mean here because Sam lives in a studio apartment.
Well,
and
I
live
was
in a
asking that
house.
as a question. You weren't supposed to be like, well, duh, they're here. I'm asking you.
I
as-
forget this isn't like
I'm
a,
asking
just
you-
us
yeah.
talking. This is like
I'm asking as an interview question.
I would say, yeah, my space is way too small to hold more than the 100
You try
plants
sometimes.
I have. I
you
do
have
try.
a good amount. Sometimes she's like, I have a bunch of these plants and they need to get over to Brandon's now.
Seriously, I'm
it
like,
really
I
does
just
shock
can't.
me how you have so many and then the cats don't like completely ravage them all.
Honestly, it is really impressive.
They've gotten much better.
They've gotten so much better with being up on shelves in the greenhouse. And the bigger plants they don't really mess with or like chew on, like my giant ZZ, they don't touch. My giant Dark Lord, they don't touch. But as soon as I take a Sigonium out of the case, done.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I look away for 2
Obliterated.
seconds and I'm like, what happened?
They're trying to get that high.
Well, my kitty
Oh.
also loves Syngoniums.
Good.
What's that other plant that I cannot pronounce? With the crazy leaves.
Oh my gosh, she's so demanding.
You know what I'm talking about.
Crazy leaves. Is it a philodendron or a
Yes.
monstera? It's a philodendron.
The one that had the long runner. I just got it.
Philodendron with a runner.
Never mind. I quit. I have no idea what it's called. I can like picture it, but if I try to even pronounce it, which is like my issue, I can't pronounce anything. But yeah, the cats, as soon as I take out something little, they're like munch.
Yeah, my cat loves a good Micans. Something nice and like velvety soft. Or anything that resembles grass. So like a little parlor palm or something. She'll go crazy.
Cliff likes anything crunchy. He likes to crunch.
Yeah. He likes to leave little bite marks everywhere. Just little cat kisses on the plants.
And then they just die off.
I know. There's something about the
He has like
plants.
poisonous teeth.
Yeah. I think there is something weird in cat saliva. Like,
Well, like the Rhaphidophora that I have, he chewed that last leaf, like not even that bad. Like there was still quite a bit of leaf left, and the whole plant was like, nope. And then it reverted like 4 growth points and was like, we're just gonna start growing from here instead. We've had our
God.
leaf chewed.
we need to ask Shea Flora about that.
Oh yeah, we need to schedule part 2 because
They would know exactly why that is.
I need to start accumulating sciencey questions.
Tell us some favorite Monstera Plant Co. memories so far, whether good or bad.
I feel like one of my favorites is definitely when we launched our website.
Oh,
Just
yeah.
like the very first day, because I was like, I had no idea what to expect. And
Oh,
we
well,
had,
Hang on, I have an add-on after. Like, keep
oh
going, keep
boy,
going.
I'm going to be all sentimental. Then he's going to come in with his like smart ass comment. Wait, can I swear on this?
Yeah.
Okay,
Have you
cool.
heard of this?
I
Well,
mean, true.
We just can't be like we can't just graphically describe things. I think
Yeah.
that's what the explicit on Apple is. We can't be like
can't be gory and graphic and yeah.
All right, cool. But yeah, the launch of our website was super nerve-wracking. Didn't know how it was going to turn out, and it was just like awesome just to see how many people first showed up to support us, but then even people like across the country, really. Like, it was surprising on how fast that it like grew just in day one from us like announcing it. Mm-hmm. So that was like really rewarding. Just because we still have no idea what we're doing, but then we really didn't have any idea what we were doing.
I will say that day was the worst memory because then
He's the worst.
Okay, pause.
You're taking away my joy.
I was alone in Milwaukee. I was moving. I had to move that day, and I had to package up dozens upon dozens upon dozens of orders. It took me like 8 hours, and I'm like, I still have to move.
Okay,
I'm a little bit curious why, and I know the answer to this. Let's be honest. Why did you line up the launch with your move like that?
That's very on brand, obviously.
Well, duh. When else would we have it?
I have a feeling I was like, well, I can like get them all shipped out, and then I like won't have to bring them with me.
You don't think about future Brandon whatsoever.
No,
honestly,
future Brandon hates you.
Now that you're saying this, I do remember. I kind of like totally blocked out that you were still in Milwaukee when we did that. Like, I felt like you were already here, but now I'm like picturing these Snapchats of you with like all these boxes in your room just screaming, like, because nothing was fitting, the printing labels weren't working, it like you were just all by yourself, and you're like, how am I gonna ship these plants? And I'm like, I'm 6 hours away. Like, I am not helpful at this point.
It really is a nightmare because even if I have to package 1 or 2 plants to send to someone I'm doing a trade with or something, it takes up my whole day.
No,
I will the worst.
To this day. Okay, so Hallery had ordered one of those Hawaiian tea plants, and I had to like make this like Frankenstein box to fit it all, and I was like, I am going to lose it. And then I messaged her, and I'm like, I am so sorry for the box. Didn't have any other options.
I literally just last week was like, maybe I should do some plants for pickup only. And Sam was like, oh, yeah, that's an idea.
It was a light bulb. I was like, oh.
Well, that's what I did for the staghorn that you ended up buying.
Yeah, and I never watered it, so it's dead. Which is so sad and Brandon knows I was gushing over that plant forever. I wanted it for so long. I also think it had mealies, so I was like, fuck, I don't want to deal with that because with the coating on a staghorn and like treating mealies on it, it just doesn't work out.
I can't even imagine.
I don't want to deal with it, but someday you guys will source me another, and then maybe we'll have to have a little workshop of mounting plants. Right?
Definitely.
That'll be so
a little
fun.
planting party.
Yeah, I would love that. We just had our own little planting party outside before we got eaten alive by mosquitoes and almost attacked by June bugs.
Tons of the June bugs.
Not super fun. What other memories? I can tell one.
Okay.
Well, the first foliage thing, obviously, when Brandon was running around like a crazy madman saying, "This is the worst day of my fucking life."
So we just started our, we've done 2 now of our little foliage fling market series. And the first one was very stressful, to say the least. Did you have a breakdown like I did?
Okay, so
she was dissociating all day. We kept losing her, and she was like, like a deer in headlights the whole day.
So Brandon and I are very different when we're overstimulated. Like, he's running, like actually running circles around the parking lot.
Yeah,
screaming.
I can't stop him.
I can't like
catch his
He's
attention.
not even like understanding like what he's doing, what other people are saying. Like, and then I am just like frozen. And then when someone like acknowledges me being frozen, I'm like, okay, someone's acknowledged me. I need to move. So then I'll like go be frozen in a different side of the parking lot. And
when the tent went flying, and I was like, Sam, and she just stared at me like, and I was like, can you come here, please?
I don't know what it is. When I get nervous, I just like freeze. Like, everything just like stops. And I'm like,
that's the thing that my old therapist who ghosted me said there is fight, flight, or freeze. Mm-hmm. It's not always fight or flight. Some people don't do either.
Oh, I'm a freezer.
Mm-hmm.
I just stop. Because if I stop, nothing wrong can happen.
Yeah. Just like, make it stop.
But yeah, the foliage first one, after I think we calmed down, it was so much fun.
It was fun. The rain stopped just in time, and it was a grand old event.
I'm excited for the next one.
Yeah, Brayden had to miss the second one because he was in Paris. So then it was me and Sam, and of course it started downpouring the morning of again, and we were like, "Oh fuck!"
We're
no.
like, not
When
again.
you sent that snap out your window of the port, I was like,
"Oh, it was
okay,
downpouring."
I'm just not going to look at my phone for the rest of the day."
It went from downpouring to 90 degrees outside.
Yeah, it
I
was
like,
90
this is
degrees, and then I don't know what happened, but insane winds coming in. So we had tents flying all over the place. Sam had to run to Home Depot after the event had already started to grab like cinder blocks to hold down everybody's tents, and everybody was like, "Give me 4." And then she grabbed a bunch, and then there was still a pile left over.
Yeah,
at
and
the end
then
that
no one like took them, and I was like, "Do you see me trying to push 12 cinder blocks through Home
Yeah, you
Depot
were
and
like,
in my
I couldn't
car?"
like my car was barely moving.
Oh my god, I have like the world's smallest car.
Yeah, you really do like small spaces because you said it makes you feel safe.
I
So
feel
maybe that's why
safe.
you have a tiny apartment and
That
a tiny
is
car.
just tiny.
We
little
need to get
spaces.
Sam a sensory swing,
Oh my god, I would
What's a
love
sensory
one.
swing?
like the ones that it hangs from the ceiling,
just
and then
go
it's like
in,
a little cocoon.
And you just sway.
yeah,
Like, is it like a hug sleep, but it's hanging from the ceiling?
Kinda, yeah.
I guess. I really don't like feeling confined. I like, feeling like I'm basically naked all the time. I don't like any pressure on me, so I feel like I would hate a sensory swing. I don't like weighted blankets. That's not relaxing to me whatsoever.
I sleep
I
with
already
one
feel the weight of the world on my
religiously.
chest, so I don't need a weighted blanket.
See, I think I just like weighted things, small things, because then I'm like, oh, it's that. It's not the world on my chest. It's just this blanket.
I do like the hug sleep. Weighted blankets, I'm meh about. But I think I just don't like the beads. I like the one Brenna got that's the big woven. That I like, but I don't like.
Well, this is a weird picture of this kid in a sensory swing, but how fun. I would definitely rip the ceiling out if I went in one. So I don't think that's a great idea.
I don't know who wouldn't rip the ceiling out in that. How does it not rip through the bottom?
Well, I am the same shape as that 8-year-old boy. So that one, I would fit in there just fine. The child size.
Sam could probably get this is expensive. How rude. And it's under National Autism Resources. Do you know how much the swing is?
$200.
It's over $300.
Oh, Jesus.
For the child size? How much is the adult size?
I don't know. I don't even want to know. How rude.
I feel like this is usually how Monstera Plant Co goes, is we're talking about plants and then we all of a sudden turn to our mental health.
Oh, yeah. That's
Like
the
this
whole
always
thing.
happens.
That's how this podcast goes, Sam.
I feel welcome.
It's literally a mess. But people, you know what's so funny? And y'all listening, I just don't get this. The way people are like, you guys stay so on topic. You're so organized.
Oh,
I'm
no,
like,
they do it all the I'm like, what?
Yeah, I'm like, what podcast are you listening to? But then now I'm thinking, I'm insanely impatient, right? So something that seems like a long time to me is like not very much time for other people. So I guess other people don't think we go off topic as much as we actually do, because to me, our tangents feel like they're 20 minutes long, but really they're like 2 minutes.
We've only been recording for 28 minutes.
Yeah.
It feels like we've been doing this for 3 hours.
I'm going to be really transparent. I kind of forgot that I was holding a microphone in my hand and that we were doing this. Like, I felt like we were just all hanging out.
Well, yeah, Sam
And then
was
I was
really
like, oh,
nervous.
yeah. I was
Sam
so
was nervous.
nervous.
It's not a big. Yeah, we're just chilling. It's
Like,
not a
words
big
are
deal.
hard.
Words are hard. Our first couple episodes was a whole mess, and Brandon had to edit the shit out of them.
I actually just listened to your guys' first episode like over again, just because I was like, I wondered like how it's changed.
Oh my God, we should do
Oh
a
my God.
reaction video.
It is so good. My favorite is that you said, I would never do YouTube again. Like, it's just so time consuming.
Eating your words a year later.
Well, I've also not posted a YouTube video in like what, 3-4 months.
I know, but still, I still thought it was a little funny. Haha.
But my YouTube is getting a lot of, not a lot, but like I get like a subscriber every other day, and I'm like, why I haven't posted anything?
You got to do something. Why didn't you do a Paris garden video?
I mean, I still could. I didn't record anything in wide format though. That's the issue.
I know that's what sucks about YouTube. I'm like, I can't do both ways.
That's why I only do it with the camera.
Mm-hmm. If I look up BRA, Brandon Botanical comes up first, but it's probably because me.
Oh my
Yeah.
God. Guess what?
What?
Where Are We Growing? If you search Where Are We Growing, we have really great Google search results.
Oh, sweet. I love that. Yeah, you have almost 1,000 subscribers. People are out here listening.
Oh my God, really?
Yeah. That's crazy.
I was only at like 700 when I
Yeah,
started posting
you're
plant stuff.
You're at over 900 now.
Jesus.
Go subscribe. That was also one of your last blog posts on the Monstera Plant Co. website, too. Was like, go watch Brandon's YouTube. Oh, I love it. Back to it. Where did my stupid list go? Oh, I did it in Google Docs because I thought I was going to share it with you, but I forgot we just do everything in the bed now. Okay, talk about what's in the future for Monstera Plant Co. Do you hope to open a storefront someday?
Absolutely. I want a space more than anything.
Okay, pause.
I know. I naturally went, absolutely.
Yeah, that was a G gun. Absolutely.
I can't say absolutely any other way at this point.
Maybe that would be a good soundbite. Because we're looking for more besides Bing Bong.
Oh, you can record me. It's fine. But just more space. I think space in general just allow us to do a lot more. Like right now we make it work with what we have, but space would be cool.
Oh yeah. Space and more time.
More time.
Quit my day job.
Quit the day job.
Oh, I dream about it every day. Anytime we have like a big plant event or like just even hang out like tonight when we were repotting and then I have to go back to my day job, it's like, day job.
Mm-hmm.
I just want to look at my plants all day.
I feel that.
So that would be lovely.
Yeah,
What
we
about
got to
you?
get y'all out
Anything
of the full-time other thing grind.
Oh yeah.
We got to be plants full-time. Plants everything.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
I was trying so hard not to say it again, and then it just crept in.
You used to say, oh, for sure, a lot.
Really?
I think you'd say that sometimes, so maybe you need to switch back to that. For sure.
I just get stuck on words, and then, that's my word for a while.
Oh, yeah.
That's how I am.
Is that an autism thing?
I was just about to say, that's not a neurotypical thing.
Oh, shoot.
I think it's a type of stimming where you pick your favorite word and you're saying it over and over again all the time.
Your favorite food, but it's just more accessible because you can say it whenever you want.
Is that why I rotate what food I eat all the time?
Probably.
That's what people say. They're like, this is my ADHD food of the month. And some people do a whole year. And it's this was my comfort meal for August, September, October, November. I just had Taco Bell.
My favorite thing to ask people, and I've come to think that this is not a neurotypical thing, the egg. Do you have an on and off relationship with eggs?
Yes.
And people are like, what are you talking about?
I either love them or hate them. There's no in between. Right now it's off.
You've been off for a while.
I've been off for a while.
I've been back on eggs. Well, I haven't really had them that much, but.
Right now my favorite is popsicles.
Oh, yeah.
Every
the second I got you popsicles for your teeth,
I
you're
can't stop.
all
It's
over
my
the
comfort food.
popsicles.
I eat about 4 a night.
Yeah, you were earlier when you were Snapchatting me. It was a different color popsicle every video.
No, it was green, blue,
green, blue, orange.
Yeah,
it makes me want to get some, but
the Freezy Pops are just so great.
I love ice cream sandwiches. It's just good to have ice cream sandwiches in the freezer.
I also am on off with ice cream sandwiches. Either I love them or they hurt my teeth. No in between.
The normal Kemp's ones.
Oh yeah,
Any.
That. What is that? Is it Donald Duck where it's like that?
What the hell are you talking about?
The cartoon where it's
the teeth
fighting something and it's just
I think that's the Squidward teeth where he's eating the cheeseburger.
Oh yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah, it's Squidward. A lot of people listening
Donald Duck.
I don't.
I'm sorry. What? Have you even ever watched Donald Duck?
And he didn't know what I meant when I said Anthurium Wangle Dangle.
I cannot.
Well, no,
wait to just.
That's what I thought, but I thought you were referencing the inflorescence that's coming in the queen. That's why I was so confused.
In all fairness, he has to guess what plant I'm trying to pronounce daily. I'm always okay,
I have a question for Samantha.
No.
Can you please pronounce philodendron?
Well, now I know how to say it. There's no M at the end. You didn't know how to say laundromat.
Yeah, that's the exact picture that I was.
I
Can
literally
that-
just had to Google Squidward teeth and it popped up.
I want you guys to like trim this part of the podcast and like post it with that photo, please.
It would be probably smart of us to like take funny clips and like post them on TikTok or whatever. Because, you know, I see some random podcasts all the time on TikTok.
Well, we
Me
would have
too.
to record ourselves, and that seems hard. Well, we don't have a good place to record where we can be comfy.
Yeah, and plus
And-
we move around the whole time. Here I am laying down now.
Like, am I gonna make it back to my bed? Probably not.
Like if we had 3 cameras and we all were on a couch, and we could have like 1 camera on each of us.
yeah, and
but
it, like,
then we would
switches.
have to hire someone to do that because I don't have time for that.
I've seen it with people though, just like set up a camera and they are literally just on both sides of the couch, like facing each other with a microphone, just like filming themselves. Do it.
Maybe someday when we have money for actual producer. Someday.
I'll be your producer.
If anyone wants to be our intern producer, we will blow your social media up.
I just
Oh my God.
That's all we can afford to do right now.
just offered. Rude.
You're
Sam,
gonna have
you
video
already-
edit?
you already
Do you know
have
how to
5
use
jobs.
Adobe Premiere? Do you know how to use Adobe Audition?
I barely know how to use Excel, let's be honest.
You know how to use Excel better than either of us.
That is true.
I took an Excel class, and for 2, I think that's it. No, I think I had to use it for something. What was it? I don't even know. I know how to use QuickBooks. That's a good
Oh yeah,
thing to
that's
know how
that's
to
a good
use.
skill.
QuickBooks.
I put a
taxes.
lot of our Excel things, or a lot of our like our markets, everything's in Excel, and Brandon's like, I don't know how to use this. And I'm like, it's just a list.
I can like look at an Excel thing and understand, but if I have to enter things in and like and change, oh no.
I also think it's because of my day job.
I used to be pretty good when I like had to do Excel classes in like high school. And
I thought I was so smart, like on the PowerPoint. Do you remember in like high school or like middle school when you had to like first start doing little PowerPoint things? I was like, oh my God.
I always did mine on plants, outdoor plants. That was always my thing.
I love that. Oh my God. This is a horrible like core memory for me. For a presentation in 6th grade, I did a how to apply makeup. What do I know about putting on makeup
oh
in
my
6th
God,
grade?
you told me about this.
Yeah.
Is there
I
video
probably
footage?
already know, but I probably already told the story on the podcast. I don't know. But the girl who I was doing it on, first of all, her mom like would not let me. Oh no, Brandon, what did you just look at on your phone?
You're gonna die.
You did not just get a text.
No,
You did not. Let me see. You did not just get a text message.
no, not a text message. A Grindr notification.
Wait, I want to see.
I'm gonna cry. Look at that top notification.
Oh my God, I just got a message on Grindr that says I love your TikToks. I'm literally gonna kill myself.
Wait, all it says is notifications.
Oh, he needs to like.
Oh no.
I don't know why that's your biggest fear.
It's literally my biggest fear.
I don't understand.
It is funny because last time Brandon was talking to this dude, like they had hung out many, many times. And I was like, you didn't tell him about your TikTok? And he's like, no, it never came up in conversation. I'm like, this person, okay, just so you know, this person's not going to bring up your plant TikTok out of the blue. So you can be like, oh yeah, I have a plant TikTok. Like, you know what I mean? So you just got to bring it up at some point. Like when they're like, what do you do? What do you spend your time doing? It's not embarrassing. It's out there for everybody to see.
Yeah.
Also, plants are like
Plants are cool.
98% of your life. And they're like, what do you do in your free time? And he's like, run.
No, like, oh my God. Run from my problems.
I just keep running. Okay, Forrest Gump.
thought you were gonna say a different Forrest.
Forrest Gump.
I'm sorry.
So stupid.
I'm crying. I have tears streaming down my face right now.
I'm
Okay,
sorry.
I think this is a good chance for a commercial break.
Commercial. We're going to keep going. I don't have that many questions left.
Okay, well, we're going to take a quick commercial break because I got to talk to you about something, but we've got commercials.
Oh my God. Okay.
So, anyway, you guys hang tight. We'll be right back.
We'll be back.
Hey guys, it's Brandon and Sam.
We're the plant parents that own Monstera Plant Co.
MP Co just restocked with a ton of new plants. Our plants are grown with care and they're set up for success right when you unbox them. They come with a custom soil blend that works for that specific type of plant. We also just launched our Planty Care kits, which have our best-selling Planty Care insecticide spray, as well as our best-selling Aeroid soil blend. Just pick your soil size and save some money.
Get your Planty Care starter kits on our website at www.monsteraplant.co. Make sure to follow us on Instagram for fun new products at monsteraplant.co.
Because you listen to Where Are We Growing, use the code PODCAST10 to save 10% on everything in the store. That's www.monsteraplant.co, and make sure to use code PODCAST10.
Hey plant friends, it's Nicole. Listen, I love chatting plants with you guys on Instagram, but it can be tough for me to get to all of my messages. So if you've ever wanted to book me for a virtual plant consultation, you can go to superpeer.com/Nicole Larson Grows and use code GROW, that's GROW, for a discount. I do 15-minute, 30-minute, and 60-minute consultations. We can talk anything from pests to transitioning to LECA, anything you want. I promise it's not scary. All right, the ad is over. Back to the plants.
And we're back.
We are back, friends. Oh, Brandon, I just love you so much.
Well, guess what, guys? We've been recording this podcast for like 10 minutes, but it wasn't recording because I pressed the button wrong.
It's okay. We're just talking
That's
shit
how
about
it
everyone
goes.
we went
Are
to
you going to
school
know
with.
how to like put this back in with the other one? Because
Oh,
now it's a
yeah.
separate thing.
Yeah.
I don't know technology.
That's fine.
Well,
That's
are
no
you
big
going to
deal.
message that guy on Grindr?
Yeah, I have to message. That's a very personal
Wait, but now you have
response.
to tell them what it said because
No, we did say
were
it.
already did
recording.
before
We did.
the
We did?
recording.
Yes. This was before the commercial break.
I have no sense of time.
Well, if anyone cares about the stupid makeup story, I just got mascara all over this bitch's face, and it was embarrassing. But probably not as embarrassing as the person who made everyone put their heads down because they were too scared to go and give their presentation. But it's okay.
And then you should probably watch Life of the Party. There's a really good
Yeah.
presentation on there.
We were talking
just
about
gonna
Melissa McCarthy
We're
for a
recapping
bunch.
what we didn't record.
I think the most crucial part of the recap is talking about how tan Brandon was.
Oh, yeah.
I was a anorexic.
We were talking about, we're talking about.
I look like a
my-
goddamn terracotta pot.
No, that is such a accurate description. There's a picture
Yeah,
of
but
us in
people-
the.
That terracotta pot right there, that's what made me think I was that color.
Well, and you also weren't mustached yet,
No.
so it's a sight for sore eyes.
But there is a picture that I literally look like I'm glowing in the dark next to Brandon in Taco Bell where the lights
my
were
God.
on.
I'm pretty sure this was my profile picture, so this should be an easily accessible picture.
oh no.
Let me pull it up.
Yeah, so go over on Instagram, guys, because I'm gonna post old
Yeah,
pictures
she's
of
gonna
Sam and
dive
Brandon.
into our Facebooks.
It's gonna be so great.
I don't know why this is a memory, but did we see Pirates of the Caribbean before we took this picture?
Oh
I
my
think
God.
and
No, we did
We-
because we went with Carly Washabeck.
and
Remember?
in Saragima.
Yeah.
I
What
think
the
we went
hell?
separately, but we both would just happen to be there.
Oh my God.
I think that's actually
forgot
how
about
our
it.
friendship
It was Pirates of the
recon-
Caribbean 4.
Brandon, you've got quite the beard going on in this.
That was mostly makeup.
I was gonna say that's not real.
Yeah.
Just
You
go
kind of look
go
like
to mine and say, look at like see friendship.
dang. You guys are gonna look at these pictures and think that Brandon got lip injections, but I promise you just got a mustache.
Literally.
Literally. Like I look at these and I'm like, why do your lips look so thin?
Nope, it's because I hide the fact that they're so thin. Well,
There it
is! That's our cover friendship photo!
Nicole's speechless. Her
I'm
jaws
making the same
open.
face. I think I've seen that picture because that looks familiar.
And we saw our
Look
high
at-
school band teacher there at Taco Bell that night, and he was, my high school band teacher, not yours. I forget we didn't go to the same high school. And he was fucking wasted.
Okay, but do I not look the same? And how many years ago was that? 2011.
Remember this
11
era?
years. Oh.
No.
I think
Brandon
Nicole
wearing-
and I
Wearing
should,
the diamond coat.
can we make a TikTok with like the green screen background of all of Brandon's old photos? I have a really good
Also, why
archive.
is that like the highlighted photo? First one that comes to mind.
That's another really good one.
Oh my God, you guys! It's giving Wisconsin. That's just what I'll say.
That's his bedroom.
No, that was not my bedroom.
no.
That was the downstairs like little den.
Okay,
and-
but your bedroom was pretty much the downstairs den.
yeah, I did. That was my bedroom for a while.
That's the only part of your
Look
house
at how
I
many
remember.
times we've posted on each other's Facebook wall. Just like never ends.
Honestly, I should give Nicole my Facebook login and just look at all of the posts that Brandon has posted on my Facebook when he was like drunk in college and would just leave videos on
If I ever become a politician, that is why I will get impeached.
He would leave me videos on my timeline on
Oh.
Facebook. Like, just record.
Do you remember the like ask me any? No, like there was like for a something.
Yeah.
Like for a truth. I don't know.
Yeah.
What was
No.
the thing that people would say? It was like truth or like whatever the hell. I don't know.
I know what you're talking about.
Like for a TBH. Yeah.
What's a TBH?
to be honest.
I don't know what the fuck you guys are
Oh my
talking about.
god! People would
Really?
post them on Facebook like for TBH, and then like you'd hope that. So
I
many
remember
people
like the
liked.
numbers. They were like, comment a number to ask me this question.
It would be like
No.
they would like go after people, but honestly, like half the time people are just kissing each other's asses. Like TBH, I've never really talked to you, but you seem really cool. Like, shut up.
Oh, I've seen that a
Yeah.
lot.
You're like, and
Yeah, and people used to do them as videos too. Very awkward. Okay, back to the plants. Sam, since we talk all the time about me and Brandon's plant journey, so let's talk about yours a teeny bit. Tell us about your very first plant, the first one you can ever remember getting. Probably a succulent or a cactus, like everyone else.
this is actually kind of a hard question because I have kind of always had plants in my life, but just not house plants. Growing up, my grandma had her own greenhouse at her house. I think time I graduated, she had 4 or 5 greenhouses. So I just grew up playing in the dirt and the greenhouses. And as I got older, I got more and more responsibilities. So when I was younger, it started off just filling containers of dirt 'cause that's all she trusted me with. And as I got older, I got to start to like transplant, and I got to start like selling and like interacting with customers more. So that's kind of how it started. And I just like remember my grandma like having me transplant these little like seedlings, and she'd be like, grab them by the leaf, like don't break their necks, like treating them like little babies, like
Don't
trying
snap
to be
the neck.
Yeah, exactly. Like
Very morbid.
little like, and she'd be like, be so gentle. And like now I'm thinking about like her seeing me like transplant these house plants, and I'm just like throwing dirt everywhere. And I'm like,
Brandon
oh,
was like transplanting CDs. Like, oh,
Yeah.
I just ripped a leaf
Yeah,
off. Oh, that was a
like,
root.
like, oh my God. But so that was a big part of my childhood, was being in the greenhouse. It was kind of just like everything that I did it as like my like that, what's that class in high school, like when you can like have a job or whatever, like
Work study.
yeah. And so I would leave and just like go to my grandma's house and like hang out in the greenhouse. And my mom would
Cute.
work there, so we'd like, it was like just a big family thing. So I would make a lot of like plant arrangements for like the city, or like different businesses would reach out to her and I
Ooh.
could make arrangements. So plants were just kind of like always in my life. So I think I always just had like, as far as houseplants went, I always just had like, I don't know, a spider plant, a cacti, you know, like the basics, like the ones everyone had. Kind of always. And then after you got your Monstera, I was like, there's fancy plants. Like, what's that? What's that? And now here we are.
Now you're hooked.
Now I
you
can't
were
stop.
you were one of the people who transitioned me from succulents to tropical plants, because we went to that
Ooh.
plant. So there's a store in Milwaukee that primarily only rents plants to businesses, like corporations, to put in their office buildings, and then when the office buildings like return the plants, they sell them. And so once a month they have this like huge crazy discount plant sale, and it's, by crazy I mean literal insanity. My anxiety has never been higher in my entire
Like, I want
life.
you to picture Best Buy on Black Friday and the line emerging into the store, and that's
Except
how
the
this
Best Buy
plants
is about a 20th of the size it
Oh
normally
yeah, it is seriously
but
maybe
same amount of people.
20
Tiny
feet by
room.
20 feet, like to the tiniest little room, and people, there's like literally see plants flying through the air, and you're like,
It's
what
insane.
is happening?
And people are like fighting over them like a vacuum, like a Dyson on sale.
That's actually where, isn't that where you got your pothos? The big long one?
No. Yes.
Yes.
The golden pothos, yeah, that is.
Yeah.
The one that's out
And
in the
so
living
is
room.
the curly Q one. So is the one that Clifford chewed up that you put on your video, 2 out of 10.
Yeah, the Dracaena.
It was on a clearance rack, and it was looking really rough, and now it's...
No, well, I mean, that one's not good. But the pothos was bad. It was because you could tell, like, it was in an office, and people kept chopping it to get free cuttings, and it was like...
It was disheveled.
Took a year for it to grow. When did we get that? 2017?
But yeah, that was probably our first plant thing together.
Yeah.
We went there. It also
was
was raining. We really enjoy plants in the rain, apparently.
Yeah, we were like, wow, we're really lucky we're even leaving the house while it's raining. Yet again, going to this like extreme anxiety-inducing event.
It's very on brand for us.
We need to find something like that around here. You know.
What is that place called?
I honestly don't even know.
It's on North Ave.
I can picture it. I can picture
in
the
the
whole
border
thing.
of Wauwatosa and Milwaukee.
We could do them a little
Wauwatosa.
shout out, but I don't remember what they're called. Oops.
Speaking of which, Sam, what is your favorite plant shop, either here or back in Wisconsin? Not your own. Like your favorite place. Like, I want to go get a plant today, or I want to like go plant shopping with somebody. What's your go-to greenhouse?
Oh, let me think. I think kind of like aesthetic wise, Tangletown is like my favorite, just to like walk through and just like look at everything, just because like I feel like every time you go in there it's kind of different, right? Like it's kind of the same layout, but they just have like, even if it's the same stuff, I always find something new, like whether it be like a plant puzzle or like, I don't know, plant decor, anything. It's just like fun to walk around in there. Otherwise,
Also,
like,
their Christmas ornaments, cute as fuck.
Good Christmas ornaments from Tangletown.
I don't think I went there during Christmas.
I just remember there being Ruth Gator Ginsburg.
Ruth
Bader Ginsburg. Ornaments
RBG.
everywhere.
Apparently, you're not supposed to be putting RBG on Christmas ornaments because you're Jewish. You're not supposed to be putting Christmas ornaments of Jewish people on your tree. They don't celebrate Christmas.
Oh, you can put it on your menorah.
I don't think that's something people decorate. I know people have different types of menorahs. I do follow a lot of Jewish creators on TikTok. You guys can learn anything on TikTok, okay? You can follow people who have like little like animal sanctuaries and stuff.
Oh my God, I'm just scratching the surface of Animal Sanctuary TikTok right now, actually.
People who like
Makes me cry.
move into places that happen to have a bunch of animals on the property that they get to hang out with.
Sounds like you.
Basically.
I was gonna say, wait, that sounds familiar.
That's what I'm trying to make my home into. I told Sweet Pea, I'm like, you better tell all your friends that I have food back here. And she definitely did, because the confidence of some of these cats that won't let me go near them, but will just walk right up onto my porch like they own the place is astounding.
You're gonna open the door one day and there's just gonna be like 100 cats just like all sitting in your yard just waiting. Like hello.
What the hell? Sometimes Sweet Pea literally runs in. She just runs into the house. And I'm like, that's not this agreement. That's not what we're doing here.
I think it is.
I think
she's
I think you
settled on
established very good boundaries because like those cats would be living in my house. They
Yeah,
wouldn't be able
they would,
to leave.
Yeah, but then my cat would freak out. She would definitely be inside if my cat didn't hate her guts.
it. I don't think your cat would blink ever again.
I
She would
think
just
they
be like,
just need to have their all-out brawl, and then they'll be fine.
They just need one big fight, and then they'll get it over with.
well, that's how
Blood,
it was when I
tears.
got King. You should have seen it when I got King. Violet was like, "Are you fucking with me right
Violet,
now?
that
A
can be
male
evil.
cat, not only another cat, but a boy cat." She's like,
She's like,
"Excuse me?
we don't do
do boys.
the balance.
There's a lot of femme
in here."
energy in here. Like
The femergy.
Mhm.
King kind of has some femergy though.
he's gay.
very sensitive.
Yeah, he's not. I mean, all orange.
Hi,
cats.
gays.
All orange. That we should do that as a soundbite.
We should. I wish I could do that in the moment right now.
We'll probably forget about it, and for the next several episodes, we'll be like, we should add that as a soundbite. Okay, a plant that you think is ugly, like a plant that like everyone really likes, and you're like, oh my God, it's so hideous. I don't know why people like that plant. One that you see in the greenhouse, and you're like, oh my God, that again. Ugh, I hate those.
God, I don't even know what it's called, but it's like you see them everywhere. But it has like big, chunky, like I don't know what it's called.
Is it tropical?
Tropical, that like colorful flower in the middle, and it has
Bromeliad.
like hideous. When my mom was here and I took her to a few of the local greenhouses, every single one, she's like, you should buy this. I'm like, put that fucking down. We're not taking that plant home.
Some
Absolutely
bromeliads
not.
are really cool, but they're only the ones I see in conservatories.
I like the big, cool, like cryptanthus things, but I don't like the actual like bromeliads. I don't like the like smoothness of it. It makes me uncomfortable.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like
The
the
texture.
shape of it and like everything. Like I don't know what it is, but I'm like, I rather rip all my skin off than bring that into my house.
Love it. Love it.
That
love
sounded
it.
like something I'd say.
Yeah. I'd rather rip up all my skin than bring that into my
I was
house.
talking to a coworker today, and she's like older. She's like 65, and she said something. And she's like, "I want to kill myself," and I was like,
Same.
"I say that way too often, and many of my friends are saying that I need to cool it down."
Me being one of them. I'm like, we can't say that.
Like,
Yeah, I mean, I
I'm like-
say that a lot, but Brandon says it in excessive amount.
And
I probably say
seriously,
it 20 times a day.
switching from like my day job to hanging out with Brandon is so hard because like if that's what I do at my day job is
You're
deal with
like,
mental
"Don't say
health.
that."
And so
Like,
when I hear people say that at my day job, like I'm calling the crisis center and setting them up services and getting them support. And then I
Maybe
get
I
done
need
with my
that
day
too.
job
yeah, maybe
and I
Brandon
come
needs,
over and I'm like,
Brandon
Brandon, do
needs
we
to
need
a
to
little,
talk?
like,
And he's like, no, I'm fine. I just want to
5150'd.
kill myself. And I'm like, no, no.
Whitney, if you're listening to this is all a joke.
I'm going to say, I'm going to have to tell Whitney about this in therapy.
Oh yeah, just so you guys know, these two have the same therapist.
We
She
made a
doesn't
pact
know.
that we don't talk about each other in therapy.
Yeah, because otherwise, then your therapist would have to cut it off. Because I'm surprised she even agreed to that. Because
She
most-
doesn't know.
Samantha was very sneaky.
She doesn't know. So like I had therapy here
Well,
one
she's
day.
listening. She knows now.
Also, Kara also goes to Whitney.
Shut up, really?
What?
Oh my God, I can't wait to talk to her about it.
I don't.
Whitney's the best. Shout out Whitney. No, I had therapy here one day and I was like, Brandon, I need to sit in a spot that you cannot sit in therapy so she doesn't know. And then the same day, Brandon, I had the same nail color on and
You
he had-
guys are so dumb. You have your appointments back to back.
yeah,
She
seriously.
talks to one of you and then talks to the other.
Yeah.
You guys
Wednesdays,
are out of your mind.
I'm Wednesdays at 9. Brandon's is Wednesday at 10. Like, so it's always funny
As we
because
do. Codependency.
I see like the time ending on mine and I just want to be like, say hi to Brandon. And then Brandon waits for the time and he's like, oh, Sam's finishing up her session right now.
Here's the thing, like maybe it's an autistic thing, but I just say things. I don't think I could keep that secret.
Well,
It's not really a secret. I don't have anything to talk about that like
guess.
yeah,
but-
same. I don't. I mean, I'm
I
like,
talk
oh yeah, I
about-
have so much to do with the business, but it's like I don't talk about things with it. You know, it's
You
like
don't like say her name and stuff.
no, I don't think I've ever even there's nothing that would even hint. Like I mostly talk about my day job and my past trauma. Like sending emails and my ex relationship.
What the hell?
yeah, like I said, I just talk about big traumas in therapy, big dramas.
Like I don't think there's anything like business related, plant related.
I mean, maybe I'll get to the day where I talk about day-to-day things, but we're
Maybe
just not
because
there yet.
my old therapist would never fucking say a word. She would make me talk the entire time, so I had to fill that time with something. There's
Well,
no way
that's
I
what
couldn't
Whitney
bring
did
it
with
up.
me at first.
that's
so
currently what
annoying.
she's doing with me right now. And then I just like keep talking, and then she'll interrupt me with like this thing that causes like extra.
Existential dread.
Thank you. Words are
That
hard.
was still wrong.
And
Existential dread.
And I'm like, Whitney.
Existential.
That's what I said.
Nope. Listen back to it. Okay.
I have no room to judge.
Yeah, Sam's like, I'm still learning English over here.
Sam's
Seriously.
like philodendron.
I'm like, Nicole, I barely know English. And she's like, these plant names aren't English. I'm like, exactly.
Yeah, I'm like, this is Latin or something. I don't know.
Exactly.
Oh my goodness.
I couldn't say hospital until I was like a junior in high school. I said hostable.
Some people still can't say library. They say library. February?
No, but I
Laundry mat.
We were like, Brandon, it's an A. And he's like, what? And we're like,
Laundromat.
I thought it was
laundromat.
laundro. Well, I said laundromat, but then I thought it was laundromat, but really it's laundromat.
Laundromat, yes.
This is everyone's English session for the day.
Someone needs to make a TikTok video about the breakdown of laundromat because I need to know why it's laundromat.
Any
I-
English majors out there?
Does anyone have core memories of the laundromat as a kid when your washer dryer weren't working? Oh wow.
Oh,
Look
wow,
at
wow.
that. It's an O. It's
thought it was
laundro.
I thought it was laundromat.
But people say don't say laundromat. They say
It's
laundromat. Laundromat.
I think
I
it's
guess
a
it's like
a slick O. Laundromat.
Are there like umlauts above it?
Laundro.
What?
Umlauts?
I know. Do we need to look up the pronunciation?
I don't know how to pronounce things, but I know what umlauts are.
What the fuck is an umlaut?
2 dots above the vowel.
Oh, okay, like the German
I did
thing.
not know what that was
Mm.
called.
Fun fact of
I've
the day.
heard that, but
I
it's
think
not like
isn't
a fact
the
that sticks
squiggle a
in.
tilde?
Yes.
Mhm.
Hey, love that. Okay, laundromat pronunciation.
Honestly,
been
that's
doing
the
this.
only way that I learned how to say plant names.
wow, interesting. Landromat. What?
No, lawn. It's still lawn because there's 2 A's next to each other. Laundromat.
What
That looks like land to me, but I guess
what are you talking about?
2 A's next to each other.
laundra. Look at the dra. It's still laundra.
Oh,
Laundra.
the pronunciation.
Yeah.
Laundromat.
Okay, but bringing
Well,
this
let's
back.
listen to the actual. Oh, I have my thing turned down so that it wouldn't, be really annoying.
Laundromat.
You just spit that on me while facing the other way. How did that even possibly happen? That microphone has ruined just like her speaker.
Oh no. Yeah, I don't know how, but
Covering on it.
Honestly, though, that's how I learned how to pronounce my plants, is I look up how to pronounce them.
I used to just, you know what I would do, and this is probably why I say certain plants wrong. I would look up a YouTube video because I couldn't find anybody saying these names. So I had to watch a couple YouTube videos and be like, okay, everyone's kind of saying it like that. Okay, cool.
I remember one of my first viral plant TikToks. I said pothos. Or no, I said pothos.
Pothos.
Midwest as hell.
And people were like,
Yeah, but some people say pathos. And
people
what the hell?
fucking
Pathos?
roasted
Some people
me.
say alocasia instead of alocasia.
Alocasia.
Some people say mecans instead of micans.
I actually heard that for the first time really recently. And I was like, what the fuck?
I think I heard it again today. What did they call it? It was really weird. Oh, people call leca a lot.
I've heard that too, and that's very weird.
But I guess it's whatever y'all want.
I think my issue comes back to ADHD, that like reading a book is hard, right? Because it's words and everything blends together. So when I look at this big long name of a plant, I just see the letters I want to see, and that's what I say.
Well, and sometimes people will like add in extra letters, and a lot of these names are not very complicated if you you know what I mean, split it up. I guess Sam was trying to say
I just rushed through.
subpanata, you know.
I was like,
She's like,
I was, as I'm like
Pinata.
trying to film my TikTok video, I hear this going on. I'm like, what's going on? over there?
subpanata. And I like covered up the first part, sub, and knew just look at the panata part. It's just panata.
okay, but
subpanata.
I do this with like all words though, like name brand things, like food labels. I'm like, I don't actually know what the name brand is, and Brandon's like, what?
Sometimes I don't know how to say like the names of things, like these like mac and cheeses that I eat. I don't know what to
Annie's.
I eat the Evil ones.
Oh, that I don't know.
It's love backwards.
That's what I say. I say love backwards.
Love backwards is Evil. I just say Evil. I think is what it is. Anywho, well, we've gone on the biggest tangent ever. Do you guys have any last words before we talk about our socials and whatever the hell? Go follow the Monstera Plant Co Instagram, y'all.
Yeah. I will say Nicole is like slowly taking over our Instagram because we're so bad at it. But
It's because we need to quit our day jobs. That's our issue.
I have one day off a week if I'm lucky.
I'm on call like always.
Yeah,
We have
Brandon's
the
like,
worst lives. We honestly have the worst lives ever.
So like,
oh my God, the first world problems. Oh, at least you have a job, Brandon.
honestly, when I'm at work and I tell people that I have a business, they're like, when? Like what?
You're like, it's online 24 hours a day.
No, it's
You can
totally
go
fine.
shop.
It's
That's
so
so
funny.
fun.
All of my coworkers are like, so when are you quitting? So you can do your business full time. And I'm like,
Be like, I don't know. You tell me.
I don't know.
I have the opposite. All my coworkers are like, please don't quit. Please don't quit.
Yeah, what are they gonna do if
Well, I
because you're the one
technically
who
don't
comes
have any
in when people don't
coworkers.
work?
I know. Well, I mean, we all are at this point, but it's a struggle.
Yeah, Sam.
I'm like, oh, I'm in
Sam's job sounds like a nightmare.
It does. Even when it's
It's
just
hard.
the normal hours,
I
it doesn't
barely
sound
work
super
and
fun.
it's still too much for me.
Yeah, every day 10 times a day. Brandon's like, I don't want to work.
I'm just such an empath that I'm like, it's okay, I'll do it.
I'm bad at
I'm
saying
coming.
no.
I don't think that's an empath. I
No,
think that's a
it's-
people pleaser.
Okay, but like also if you think about it though, in my mind,
Whitney, if you're listening, please bring this up in therapy.
okay, but
She's about to drop. If she's listening to this, she's dropping both of you as clients.
and
We're
Kara,
getting sued.
and Kara at this point.
Yeah, she's like, Kara. Like, she's typing her
She's like,
name.
we need to talk. But no, like these people just need someone to take care of them. And if no one shows up, then no one's showing up. And I just want these people to be taken care of.
Can
So
you
like,
imagine if she finds out these people that she talks to back to back not only have a business together, but also dated like a decade ago? That's weird. She's being bamboozled.
also like if you ever talk about your coming out story, like it might be a little bit like trauma triggering. Like, did I put you through trauma
what?
telling you that you were gay?
No,
And
I don't
then-
remember that. I have zero recollection.
I'm also really bad with conflict, so like having to tell someone that they're in the closet was like the most challenging thing. But I was like, someone has to tell them.
Because I guarantee I came out before that.
You're like, I'm not gay, as you have like a bleached like faux hawk, super tan.
I didn't dye my hair in high school.
There's no way.
Not once.
You were just that tan.
I was so tan. I
Well,
was
you
in the
probably
tanning.
still had
I
the
was in the
natural
tanning
blonde
bed
hair.
so often that my hair bleached itself.
Nuts.
How you have the skin that you do now is just
It's
honestly
shocking.
amazing. Shout out to your.
Shout out to your. All right, y'all. What's next?
Okay,
Is
Nicole.
that it?
I have a question for you.
What? Are you gonna ask it?
The look you're giving me is just.
I sense
I'm actually-
conflict.
Okay, so what is a plant right now that you hate?
That was
Why
the big
did-
burning
I
question.
was gonna say I felt like this was gonna be very.
I didn't have a
deep.
question. I was just trying to produce one off the spot.
I
My
thought
brain
this was
wouldn't
going to be
work.
some planty gossip, and I was like, let me hear it.
Never mind. I cancel that question.
I don't think that's how that works.
Oh my god.
Who is the plant person most recently that you have enjoyed watching their drama unfold?
Plant person drama?
Yeah.
What? I don't watch plant person drama. I guess
That's the biggest lie I've ever
I
heard.
guess usually I'm in the Facebooks and there's this Kelly Seller that people have been like
Kelly like her
Kelly.
last name is
No,
Seller?
she's a seller and her name is Kelly.
Oh, okay. Okay.
And there have been reviews after reviews. If anyone at all is in the review group, they know exactly who I'm talking about because every single day I feel like I see a negative review about this person and it seems like they're usually swapping out plants. Like you buy a plant from them and you're thinking you're going to get one plant and she sends you like
Like a
it's-
completely different
like
plant.
it's the same species, same like I buy a micans from you, you send me a micans, but it is not the plant that was in the picture. And these aren't like common plants. She's selling like albos and stuff.
And
It
it
was so
doesn't say
money,
like
guys.
grower's choice
it's not
or
grower's
anything.
choice. It's like a purge where you're like buying individual plants. So it seems like she swaps them out a lot, whatever. But what's funny is like every time there's a negative review, someone posts a positive one about this seller like immediately, and then there's like 100 comments because normally people aren't commenting on the positive post, right? They're like, oh, positive, whatever. But under this person's, oh my God, people are like, yeah, okay. Like, and still people are like, you didn't get the same plant. Why is this a positive review? That is literally wrong. That's not the same plant. So it just seems very fishy. That's what I've been. This is on my screen though, by the way. That's you. Do you remember this picture?
Yeah, I do.
How old were you? Oh my God, you look.
I think I was 20.
I'm sorry,
in that
you
picture.
look exactly like this kid in my high school who actually went to jail for Grand Theft Auto. You look exactly like him.
Amber, if you're listening, it's a picture we took together on your MacBook.
Yeah, with the like
with the watermelon hat. It's a filter they had way back
Oh.
before. Yeah, that's also Amber. That was at the Nicki Minaj and Britney Spears concert at Summerfest.
Oh my gosh. These pictures of Brandon are just a little bit too much for me. Oh my gosh. You kind of look like a little girl in this one though. Like
That was the same day.
like you could have a
Wait,
ponytail.
what year is that?
That was
2011.
2011.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was shortly after. I was
Doesn't
like,
that
you're
look-
gay.
Brandon
was-
looks like he could have a ponytail.
That was when me and Dallas entered a very serious relationship. That was when me and Dallas entered a very serious relationship. Kill me now.
perfect. Oh my gosh, look at that short hair. What happened to your earrings?
They were very big. They've disappeared, but I still have the holes. I can put them in. I just don't.
I feel like you did not that long ago.
I did, yeah.
Oh, the muscle tee.
The cutoff. Yeah, the cutoff was a big thing.
That didn't fool me.
Look at how fucking tan I was. I was literally terracotta.
I
pot.
really think the cutoff was like trying to cover you being gay. Like,
He's
No.
like, I'm manly. I can't. Your hair looks so dark. You
Well,
literally
the dark hair there was because we tried. If you keep scrolling, you'll see that I tried to bleach my hair blonde and it did not work. Sheree and Katie McCoy, if you are listening, that was the night. And we also pierced my ear that night. We pierced my fucking cartilage and dyed my hair blonde. That's the day I got my dermal piercings on my hips.
I forgot
Why
that we
did
both
you do that?
We both had them.
It was the worst
Oh, I'm
experience
sorry.
I've ever had.
This is just my opinion, but that is such a trashy piercing.
I still have my scars. See that one? There's
Except
the
mine
scar.
were okay. Don't look at how hairy I am, but mine were like upper, like on my belly.
No, you had like 3.
well, I had like
Why would you
3
ever
belly
get
piercings.
those?
You were like Cardi B.
The accuracy. I had so many holes in my body in like unflattering places.
Amazing. Yeah, Brandon, your earrings are very loud in these pictures. They shine. They shine.
Love that cubic zirconium.
Shine bright like a diamond.
Except they're not a diamond. They were fake.
Your tongue is out in a lot of these pictures.
I don't want to talk about it.
That's what I'm saying. We really need to do like a TikTok reviewing all of Brandon's old photos. I think it'd be good.
It's a lot to take in. Ooh, look at that hair. I don't know who this is, but
That's L.
The skunk hair trend.
there's a girl in my high school who had that like all the way up until graduation, and I was like, what? So tell us what happened here, Brandon.
Oh, that's when I thought that instead of walking home from a party, I could just get into a car and drive it home. And it was locked. And then when someone said, Brandon, come on, I tripped and fell and broke my chin open. And went to the hospital and got it. That was the first time I ever had stitches.
Do you have a scar from it?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I think I do see it. Yeah,
Uh-huh.
there's a big like, line on your chin. Ouchie. Well, it was such a pleasure, y'all.
Thanks for having me.
Mm-hmm. We need to have you on more often, and you're not going to be nervous because it's so fun.
we did it. It's so great.
Tell people where they can find you on Instagram now that you don't have a goofy username.
I know. I finally changed my username to be like more
Planty.
or less hidden, more planty.
Mm-hmm.
Also, you need to, after you say what it actually is, you should probably say what Brenna said it should be. Do you know this?
No.
Okay.
What is so? Where can
Really
people
funny.
follow you on Instagram?
People can follow me at Samantha with the plants.
Wait, you have no, like, that's
That's
Samantha
it. It's
with
Samantha
the
with the plants.
It's all one word. Yeah, Samantha with the plants.
Oh my God, that's such a great username.
Really?
Yay!
Thank you.
I thought it was like, I thought they were going to be like underscores.
No,
and commas
I was honestly
and-
surprised that it was available. I was like Samantha with the plants.
Oh my God.
Like
It
Becky
sounds
with
like
the
a
good
Disney
hair.
Channel show.
Oh, I was going more
But
for
in a
like
good way.
Beyonce, like Becky with the good hair, like
Yeah,
Samantha with the
it
plants.
is.
I was gonna
as
say
well.
Samantha with the good plants, but I was like,
You could have done like Sam with the good plants, but Samantha would have been too long. Sam with the good plants. That's cute.
Thanks.
Put it on the back burner.
So that we just look those both up. We don't know what she'll be at the time of this podcast uploading.
Okay, but do you want to know what Brenna said it should be?
What did Brenna say it should be?
No. Okay, hold on.
Brandon, why was this your profile picture?
Because we
There
were
was a narwhal.
Narwhal,
There was a narwhal
narwhal
swimming
Yeah.
in the
In the
ocean,
ocean.
causing a commotion because they are so awesome. Yeah,
it was a whole thing.
That was a thing.
So, just so people know what I'm looking at, there's a goofy ass picture of a narwhal with the big horn on it, and then it says "I'm horny!" exclamation point.
Yeah, narwhals
And that's
are horny.
that was Brandon's straight up profile picture.
So I think the intent of this podcast was to talk about Monstera Plant Co, but really it's just
it's a Brandon
dive deep
roast.
into like
it was a roast of Brandon.
Brandon's social media archives. So head over to his Facebook if you guys want hours and hours of entertainment.
I will not add you.
What is with this face? I'm sorry.
That was in high school. I was 17 years old. Leave me alone.
I haven't run across a single, like, you have so many profile pictures with people, and I haven't seen one with Sam yet.
Well, because
Not
we dated when
we had
you
a very
the dating period was very brief. Like we probably only dated for like 2 months, maybe.
What
It was
is
very short.
This looks
Oh,
very
that was when
not good.
developed my fear of cats. That was Winterfest 2000.
Yeah, there's a bunch of band-aids on the inside of your arm. It looks like you were shooting up.
So I was at my friend Becca's house, and I didn't realize she had like an aggressive cat. And someone was like,
if you have an aggressive cat, you should warn people, by the way.
I had no idea. And okay, so Mickey Borski, if you're listening to this, you were tickling me too much. You know this story very well. And so I ran into what I assumed was a closet to like avoid the tickling, but it was like the next part of the basement, and there was this very aggressive cat who I found out later was also part of a lawsuit. And I just see this cat, and it was super cute. It looked like Kaya, but a little browner. And I was like, "Oh, hi, kitty, hi." And she was like, "Meow."
Oh, no.
Meow.
You didn't get any...
And then launched on me and just like ripped me open from head to toe. And I'm literally in this room screaming, and I couldn't get the door open because this cat was attacking me.
Oh my
so,
God.
like everyone
it was
is
literally like the
they were
TikToks
like,
where the cat like
yes,
crawls
there were
up.
like 10 people on the other side of the store, and I'm like I'm like, help! I couldn't get the door open as this cat is ripping me apart. And then I had a long time where I was very afraid of cats.
Oh my God.
And now I sleep every night with Cece.
As well as developed her own
We love
Instagram.
growth.
Shout out Cece. It's Cece's world.
Here's this one.
That was in the high school library computer lab.
So many inappropriate
That was just someone
pictures.
printed that out.
Yeah, there's a picture. There's just a piece of paper with a circle, and it says "bang head here." Brandon is putting it over his groin area.
I was very scandaloso.
Yeah.
Has anything changed? What do you mean was?
Yeah, I get more TMI from Brandon than anybody else that I know. Even my own like partner who I live with. I get more TMI from you.
I'm like, did we see the naked the naked gardening photo of you? Scandalous.
I was not naked. Except that's a
Well,
sad thing. I just happened to look
You
naked.
got
and I
a
was like, well,
lot
I'll
of
post this.
attention for being naked, including
Did we talk about this on the last podcast?
I don't think we've discussed the naked gardening at all.
honestly, you got probably the
I got
most negative.
The most likes I've ever had. And also got attacked and called a whore.
And then to loop this back around to my Instagram name, what Brenna said my Instagram name should be. What was it exactly?
Oh no, now you're gonna get it wrong. And it's not gonna
I'm
be
going to get it
funny.
wrong. Brenna!
She's not out there.
It was like Sam Lumber Barbie Lumber Fudge
Lumber Sam Barbie.
Lumber I don't know. It was something along those lines. I just killed it, but
Anyway.
I also got Sam Susan's ex. That was my first girlfriend.
Who I hung out with for like a long time. I don't remember hanging out with her, but I did. We went to parties together.
But it's
Party.
Samantha with the plants. That's what we settled on. No exes.
Anyway,
No
if you've made
X's
it
or
this far,
O's.
thank you for listening to our ramblings.
It's always how it ends up being.
Anyway.
Someone said it was the only podcast they listen to on 1x speed because they don't want it to end.
Oh my God, that was the cutest
And
thing.
I was like, oh, what the heck?
This episode, they're going to listen to it on 3x.
Oh my God, let's get it over with. Brandon, where can people find you on the interwebs?
People can find me on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube, which is blowing up at Brandon Botanical. You can also find my Amazon storefront at amazon.com/shop/ Miranda Botanical, please do it because I need money. I am so broke. One of my bank accounts is negative $130 right now.
Mine's about to be like negative 600 after
People-
my rent comes out.
People think we're so rich. It's
Oh my
sick.
God, it's actually so sad. If you guys are listening to this, no, we be struggling. Sometimes we don't be eating.
Like every time this podcast, like $18 a month comes out, I'm like, God damn it.
That's what I tell Brandon. I'm like, I can't do this shit. We can't be putting subscriptions on one after another. Have you made a credit card payment recently?
Yeah, my credit score is like really good. I'm like trying not to use my credit
Yay.
card so I can like keep increasing it. I have fair credit.
We
I'm
love
about to
fair
have
credit.
good credit. I'm only like 17 points away from good credit. Hey.
I've never really
Living the
needed
dream.
credit to do anything super crazy. I mean, they let me go into my house, but I don't live in a very fancy area. So
I will say, don't unless you're married, don't do an Amex with a partner. That's what's gonna screw you over.
Life lessons with Brandon Bennett, everyone.
You don't want $30,000 of debt, baby. You didn't know that?
30,000
That's how
You didn't know that?
Yeah. So
on a credit card?
my
That's like
ex-fiance-
student loan.
My ex-fiance defaulted on $30,000 of Amex debt, and because he made me an authorized user for a vacation, it all came to me.
Oh, he would be buried in my backyard.
I wish.
I would be so pissed. Oh, that's a lot of money. Anyways, go buy Brandon stuff. And then go
Please.
follow Monstera Plant Co on Instagram.
And
There's
that
no
is also
dot.
our website.
Mm-hmm. What?
Is there a dot?
Yeah, it's monsteraplant.co.
Yeah. Like that's the website. It's like not .com.
No,
it's
but
.co.
on
Instagram, yes. And technically our Instagram is illegal because you're not supposed to have your web address as your username.
Oh my gosh, there is a dot. See, these are things that Brandon just does, and he's like, "This is what it's going to be."
That's been a thing since day one, baby.
I don't think I've put a dot on any of our marketing. I'm so concerned with myself.
No, you
right now.
did.
I did.
You actually did, yeah.
Autopilot, I tell you.
Well, if you guys
Anyway.
want to follow my butt, you can go over on TikTok or Instagram at Nicole Larson Grows. That's kind of it. That's all we got, guys. God bless you if you're still here. I hope you have a good day.
Bye, gays.
Happy
Bye,
Pride.
gays. Happy Pride.
Don't buy the Converse shoes like I did. You don't fall into
I
the...
can't know. Like, when Sam posted those, I was like, Brandon bought those? Those are fucking hideous.
He had the audacity to be like, "I got a gaudy pair of shoes like you," and I was like, "Excuse me."
Okay.
Bye.
Bye, guys.